Hey guys, welcome back, and if you're new, my name is Natalie. Today I'm going to talk about my current beauty favorites, lifestyle favorites, entertainment type favorites, like movies, TV, stuff like that, music, just stuff that I've been enjoying for the past couple months. So if you would like to see what I've been liking this month, beauty, lifestyle, all that kind of stuff, then please keep watching. First off, let's just talk about my sign back there. So I don't know if you guys can read it, but it says Lara Jean, Son Covey, and Peter Kavinsky. So obviously you probably all have already seen the movie, but if you haven't, it's from the movie on Netflix called To All the Boys I've Loved Before, which I am currently obsessed with. I've watched it probably I think I watched it 3 times so far, or 3.5, I can't remember. This movie is amazing. I love this movie. And after I watched the movie, so I didn't even mean to watch it. So I first heard about it because my boyfriend's siblings, they were all texting about it in our group text and sending pictures because they think that Lara Jean looks like my boyfriend's older sister, which she kind of does sometimes, when she makes certain faces and mannerisms and stuff. But they kept taking screenshots of her and sending it and saying that Lara Jean is her and stuff like that. And I didn't even know what it was. I was like, okay, is it a show? Is it a TV show? Because this happened over multiple days that they were sending it. So I was like, are they watching multiple episodes? What is this? Because I guess I'm just out of it. I'm not caught up with what's going on Netflix, what's new on social media, whatever. I'm behind, I guess, obviously. So I didn't know about it. All of a sudden, a week later, my boyfriend and I, we were sitting down to eat dinner like we always do, and we were looking for something to watch, and then he just started playing the movie on Netflix. And I was like, what is this? And he said, oh, it's that movie that they were all talking about. I was like, okay, it looks interesting. Let's watch it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. After I kept watching it, I was getting hooked. I was eating my dinner, watching. I was like, this is so cute. I love it. I think that's so adorable. And he wasn't really paying attention because he was doing stuff on his phone. I think he had to do work or something. But then a day or two later, I told him that I love the movie so much, and I started reading the books, and he's like, well, now I kind of want to rewatch it. So then we watched it again, and then he liked it when he actually paid attention, because he wasn't paying attention the first time. I think the reason why I like it so much, and I think the reason why a lot of people like it so much, why it's become so popular, is because the people are so relatable. You could find things from your past growing up when you were in high school that you can relate to, whether it's having a crush on someone in high school, or not feeling like you fit in, or if you're quiet, you don't know how to interact with people. You just there's different things that people can relate to. So I think that's why it's done so well and why it's become so crazy popular over the past month. But yeah, that's why I have that on my sign. When I first got the sign, I got that sign at Target, and it was on sale. It was only $7. Target got some good deals. When I first got it, it had an office quote. It said, "Bears beats Battlestar Galactica." That's what I put on first. But then I watched the movie and I had to change it. I'm gonna keep changing it. I'm gonna change it according to whatever I'm feeling like, but for right now, that's what I have on the board. And I think Peter Kavinsky is amazing. But I already have my own Peter Kavinsky, I don't want to be cheesy, but my boyfriend is the perfect boyfriend, in my opinion. What? I could keep talking about this, I feel for a whole video, but there are a ton of things that I related to from that movie, because I feel I'm kind of like Lara Jean, because I was really quiet in high school. I was more quiet than she is in the movie. I was so quiet, I wouldn't talk unless you talked to me, unless it was my family or really close friends. So I was really shy, and I never had a boyfriend in high school. I never went on a date or anything. The only date was when I went to prom, but we went as friends. So it was I was just very sheltered and innocent, and I was focused on academics and school, and I didn't want to get into trouble. So there were definitely guys that I liked and stuff like that. And it's when you like someone but you don't want to tell them, and you don't know how they feel about you and stuff like that. So I relate. I'm not like that now. I'm not quiet like I used to be. It's just a thing, when you're growing up in high school or any time in your life, you don't always feel confident. You don't really know how you fit in and stuff like that. Oh, and then you know that one scene in the movie, if you saw the movie, the scene where she goes into the cafeteria on the first day of school, and she texts her friend, and her friend is just oh, I went to Subway, see you later. And then Lara Jean, she doesn't know who to sit with, so then she goes to eat in the library. I felt so bad, but I was I had days like that in high school too, because it's whenever the new school year would start, not every single year, but I remember freshman year for sure, and then I think sophomore year I kind of felt like that too, especially like freshman year when you first start high school. Sometimes you don't know who you're going to hang out with because you had a group of friends in middle school, but then when people go to high school they change and people like join different groups, and some people join a sport or like in an extracurricular or anything, and then they kind of go with that group, and if you aren't in that group with them you might not end up hanging out with them, stuff like that. So I remember when I started like freshman year, I was like, even though I definitely had friends, it's like I didn't know who to hang out with during lunch at first. And there were like a week or two of like an awkward period where I was like, okay, I'll go over here and kind of just like sit down with you guys or maybe, you know, just talk to you because you guys are nice and I feel comfortable. But then everything gets sorted out, you know, you kind of get your groove, who you're gonna hang out with. And then I think my problem also is like I would have certain friends that I was friends with like the year before, but then when they started getting into trouble, you know, like things that I didn't really want to get into, I didn't feel comfortable hanging out with them. It's not because I was trying to judge them or anything, I just honestly didn't want to do those things because that wasn't me and I didn't want to get into trouble. So I didn't feel comfortable being around them because, you know, they would pressure me to do certain things. So then like it's kind of like I lost friends or people to hang out with in that respect. Basically the moral of the story is I like the movie and I relate to it, and I think a lot of people do. And if you guys don't know this, my boyfriend is Asian, he's Vietnamese. So we're, you know, like I'm white, European, American. He is Asian, Vietnamese American. So we're an interracial couple. So that's another thing that I liked about the movie, is because the main character, she's Asian, or she's half Asian in the movie, you know, she's Korean. And then her boyfriend, Peter Kavinsky, is white. So it's, well, number one, I think it's amazing that they had an Asian actress as the main, you know, the star of the movie is an Asian actress, which doesn't happen very often or barely ever. So I just think that's something that is really good that is happening, especially as like first there was that movie Crazy Rich Asians, which is an all Asian cast, which that's such a big step in like Hollywood and just the entertainment industry and all that stuff. And now this movie is becoming so popular and it has a star, an Asian American as a star, and then also that her boyfriend is white. So it's like, you know, it doesn't matter what your race is, you know, that your significant other and who you like and who you're attracted to and who you have a connection with, you know, it's like they see each other for who they are. It doesn't matter that one is white and one's Asian. You know what I mean? You know, that's how it is in my life too. So, you know, they don't follow all the stereotypes and all that stuff. So that's why I like it as well. There should be more movies like that, and I really hope they come out with a sequel. So that's that. Let me know in the comments if you guys like the movie. I read the books in like a couple days after I watched the movie because I liked it so much. So yeah, let me know if you watched the movie, read the books, all that stuff. What do you think? Let's get on with the makeup since I talked about that for like 10 minutes at least. First off, for moisturizer, my favorite moisturizer is this one right here. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. The packaging is so pretty on this. I love it. This is the moisturizer I've been reaching for the past couple months. I like it because number one, it smells amazing, which I've already talked about, but it smells so good. It smells like watermelon candy, and it just makes you happy, especially if you have to wake up early and put your makeup on or put moisturizer on. This is gonna make you feel more awake because it smells so good, and the formula is good. So it moisturizes your skin, but it's very lightweight. It doesn't feel sticky or heavy or oily, greasy, none of that. It just moisturizes it, but soaks in, and is kind of like a gel moisturizer. It's not called that, but that's what I kind of think of it as. So I love this. It's so good. I would definitely repurchase this. I hope that they come out with more products from this brand because I think this is so pretty and it's really good quality. Now for primers, there's two primers that I like equally at the moment. So first is the J1 Jelly Pack, and then second is the Dermablend Instagrip Jelly Primer. So the reason why I like both of these is they're basically the same thing. If you live somewhere where you cannot get a hold of the J1 Jelly Pack and you've been wanting to try it, see if you can find this, because Dermablend is a little bit easier to find. They carry it at Ulta. I'm not sure where else they carry it. I'm sure they carry it at Sephora, pretty sure. But I know they carry it at Ulta, and then I don't know where else. But I'm assuming this would be easier to find because Dermablend is a L'Oreal company, it says. It's made in the USA. Whereas this is a Korean beauty brand that's made in Korea, so that's why it's a little bit more difficult to find. They do sell this at Sephora, but one of you guys told me that you can't get this in Canada, in the Sephora in Canada, so I was on the hunt to find something that's comparable to this, and then I found this. This is basically the same thing. I don't notice any differences between the two. They both are a clear jelly-like primer, and they're very sticky. So this is what the primer looks like. It's very thick and gel-like. It's clear. So I don't know if you can tell, but it's very sticky. Basically, when you apply it to your face, it gets that sticky tackiness that really allows your foundation to, you know, stick to your skin and last all day. And it just does such a good job at making your makeup look smooth and look even. And especially if you have problems with like large pores or texture or anything where your makeup kind of breaks apart or doesn't look that smooth, this is really going to help you, because I have that problem on my nose. On my nose, I have large pores basically on my whole nose, just because I have oily skin. Before I found this primer, I would use whatever primer, you know, any primer I've tried, and my foundation would go on okay, but then once I would, you know, I would set it with a powder, and then once I would go in with contour powder and would blend it, it would blend away. This primer prevents that from happening because it makes everything stick in place and last longer throughout the day. So these are amazing. Now for a makeup remover, I finally tried the Bioderma. This is the Sensibio H2O. I believe this is just the regular makeup removing micelle solution, the original. I never really thought anything about it. Like, I had heard about it before. I heard that it was a really great product for removing makeup, but I just recently ordered it from Amazon like a month or two ago, and the first time I tried it, I was so surprised because it removes your eye makeup so easily and it doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't cause your eyes to stain at all, which I've tried other micellar cleansing waters that they do stain your eyes a little bit, and I've also tried makeup removing wipes that stain your eyes a lot, even though they're meant for your eyes to remove eye makeup. This removes everything so fast and easy, and I just put some on a cotton pad or cotton ball, whatever I have. I'll use about 3 cotton pads soaked with this on it, and just put it all over my face, and it removes everything so well, and it's so gentle, and it doesn't leave a residue or anything. I love this. I'm definitely going to repurchase this. This is my favorite thing to remove my makeup now. I love it. And then I finally tried the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is their setting spray. I had heard so many good things about it, and I definitely like it. You probably already know about this, but I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it comes out as a continuous spray. It gives you such a fine mist. It feels so refreshing. Just makes your makeup feel so much more fresh on your face. It's such a fine mist. You don't get those little drops on your face or dots or anything. I've only been using it for a little bit so far, so I haven't really noticed a difference in it keeping my makeup lasting longer, but I do notice that it helps my makeup look better and not look powdery or cakey or anything, and all look more like it's blended together like skin. So I really like this just because it's a really good mist and it's really easy to apply. I have a couple favorite eyeshadow palettes I want to talk about real quick. I'm not going to really go into it. One is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This palette is so great for traveling. You get this huge mirror, which is a very nice mirror, and then you get all of these beautiful shades. You can do so many different looks with this palette. It's like the perfect on the run palette, like it says. And the quality of these shadows is really good. I don't have any problems with it. They perform really well, and the packaging is really pretty. Next, I really like the Alomar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe Volume 1 palette, which is by Gabby TMUA. These shadows are like the best quality shadows I've ever tried. The mattes are really good. The shimmers, metallics are amazing. They just have such good pigmentation and blendability and apply so nicely. I can't wait for her to come out with another palette because her formula is really good. And it's pretty affordable. I really like the Too Faced Razzle Dazzle Berry palette right here. I love the scent. I love the packaging. It's so pretty. Raspberries are my favorite fruit. And the shadows in here are really nice. The only one I don't really like is the light one right here. It just doesn't have that much pigmentation, but everything else works really well, performs really well, and the metallics or shimmers in this palette are very creamy, almost like a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. So that's different from Too Faced. I don't think I've ever tried that from Too Faced. I believe that's like a new formula for them, so this palette's really good. And then, of course, I gotta talk about the ColourPop, the Zodiac palette by Kathleenlights. And this palette is so pretty. I like all of the ColourPop palettes I have. They're some of my favorite palettes, but this one at the moment is one of my favorites just because it has so many pretty colors and it's new, you know, fun to play around with, so I really like this. Definitely, I would recommend it if it's still available. Like I say in all of my favorites videos, my favorite powder is the Buckwheat Loose Powder from Skinfood. If you haven't tried this powder, I would definitely recommend looking it up on Amazon. This powder is about $10 to $13. Depending on where you get it, and it lasts forever. You get 23 grams, which is probably like 3 times as much you would get from a normal sized powder from like Ulta or Sephora, and this is my favorite powder I've ever tried. I love it. It's perfect for setting your under eyes, setting your entire face, and it comes with a puff inside. It doesn't cause me to look powdery or cakey. It doesn't irritate my skin. It does have a slight fragrance though, so if you don't like fragrance, you probably won't like it. It's very faint though. It's like a kind of like a perfumey or flowery fragrance, but I don't mind it. I kind of just got used to it. I barely even notice it now. I think it smells good though. And they have different shades. I have the shade number 10, which is the translucent one. I would really recommend, out of everything I'm talking about, I recommend trying this the most because it's so affordable and it's such a good setting powder, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this, so I would definitely recommend this. From Aveda, their Emollient Styling Foam is amazing. I love Aveda hair products in general. I love their shampoos and conditioners, but I don't buy them because they're too expensive. Maybe in the future I will, but I do use their styling products because styling products last longer for me. You know, shampoo goes by so fast, but styling products will last longer. So the Emollient Styling Foam is a great product. It's supposed to add shine and weightless volume to fine or medium hair, which it does. It doesn't add a ton of volume, but it kind of just gives your hair a little bit more of like a piecey feel and not like, it doesn't feel weighed down. And it also helps with, I have, as you can see, like wavy curly hair. It's kind of in between. So it kind of helps with just minimizing frizz on the top. After I shower and wash my hair, I put this all throughout my hair, but I focus kind of like right here at towards the front and like the tops of my hair. And then I'll put it on the ends as well because I don't want this part of my hair to get frizzy or, you know, like have weird curls sticking out. And that just helps my hair to kind of just maintain the shape and get a little bit more smooth, but not feel crispy or crunchy, which gels will tend to do. So I love this. It's really good and it smells amazing. I think it has honey in it. It smells so good. Another product from Aveda that I really like is the Damage Remedy Daily Hair Repair. If you have damaged hair, whether it's from chemical damage, like if you color your hair, or if it's from heat, like heat styling, this is great. It helps to make your hair more moisturized, detangles it, protects it from heat styling, and it just basically instantly repairs your hair like it says. I put this in after every shampoo. When my hair is wet, I put it in my hair all over, focusing on the ends where I have split ends, and it just helps my hair to be less tangled, more moisturized, and it just makes it look better and healthier. So this is amazing. This is like a necessity for me because my hair gets really tangled if I don't use this. Oh, last thing is this mug. Isn't this mug cute? I got this mug from Target. It's from their brand Opal House, and I think it's so pretty. It's so cute. It has like a floral print for the letters. I saw this on Instagram and on the Target website a bunch of times, and every time I would go to the Target by me, it was sold out of my letter, and I finally found it, so I got it, and I think it was like $5. I'm talking really fast. I think I had too much coffee. That's everything for my favorites for this month. I took way too long talking about that movie and kind of got sidetracked, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what your favorites are for this month or just your current favorites in general. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye! Oops. Really good, really good. It looks kind of weird.